Happy November.
Oh my gosh, how is it November already?
It's a new month. Same scoops.
New month, same scoop.
Same scoops. It's really gross day outside. Honestly, it's like it's like that cold kind of post Halloween fall where it's like it's getting a little dreary. Like you want to pull out some mulled cider,
Like
maybe
you need the heated blanket.
hot cocoa.
Yes.
Where you're just like, we could stay in. Like it's giving that today.
And you're like, the activity is just the staying in. Like it's just the being cozy, and that's all you have to do.
But that's all you want. You're just like, let's cozy.
What do they call that? Not nesting, but like, higa, right? Isn't that like the...
Oh, that is like a cozy. I think that's like a cozy at home. Is that a
Yeah.
Scandi word?
I think it is, yeah.
I love that. A little higa. Someone's gonna make you using that in the right context.
Yeah, well, somebody can educate me, but maybe I'll look it up before we go to Sweden.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's coming up.
2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited.
What's a new
Gonna
month?
have all the fika.
Please eat all the cardamom buns for me.
Challenge accepted.
I will. Again, I just want to eat treats when I go abroad.
I mean, that is the activity of going abroad too.
Oh,
Bless you.
I'm allergic to November.
I think this happened the last time
I
we recorded that you
know.
just couldn't stop sneezing. And maybe it's me. Maybe you're just allergic
Maybe
to
it's
me.
the cats. I am slightly allergic to Leah's cats.
Oh.
But maybe they've been
of
moving stuff. Oh. Shall we segue? Leah gets to start with her
Okay.
in and out because they're kind of tied
It was
together.
just too perfect of a segue. I'm going to get my coffee because this is an ordeal. Okay, so
Yeah, definitely.
for all you other fur baby moms, parents out there, you know, listen, this is an uncensored
the twins
story.
and outs of the week, they're for you today.
So
You may have heard a little bit of this
my
on Instagram,
in,
but
my in is that I love my cats and they love me most of the time. My out is this tail. Bum bum bum. So
well, the in could be the end.
the in could be the end. let's do that. Okay, so over the weekend, Colin and I were moving into our new place. So like the day before I moved, we were doing a ton of runs back and forth, like, you know, taking the things that we could kind of do without the moving truck. And we must have done like 20 trips back and forth between in the house to the car, go to the new place, come back in the
Just
house,
getting the stuff
like
back and forth,
everything.
back and forth.
And we were trying, little did the cats know, we were trying to set up a room for them that was like totally put together so that we could bring them over, sit with them, get them kind of accustomed to this new space and leave them in that room.
Right.
So it's not just like, here's a whole new house, like have fun. So little did they know that we were doing that. And then we're doing this one other trip and we look and we are like, oh, we didn't really shut the back door. That's weird. Like, I mean, it was just kind of like barely touching the hinges, you know what I mean? Like where it's not fully latched.
It's a windy day. It was been windy too.
Yeah,
Like,
super windy. And so we're like, oh, weird. Okay. So we go in. I'm like, you know, I wonder where the cats got off to. We're looking, you know, I'm like, yeah, Mimi, Figaro. Looking. Don't see them. Not in any of their usual spots. We're like, well, we also left a bunch of doors open that we don't usually keep open, like into the basement where they could just kind of. So we're like checking all these random places, crawling under everything, and they're nowhere to be found. Not that I'm a panicker in a time of crisis, but I do tend to escalate quickly. So I'm literally like, oh no, this can't be happening. This cannot be happening. And Colin's like, I'm going to take a walk. And so he's literally just like, oh my God, he's like making trips around like outside, just like calling for them. We still can't find them. And I'm just like, oh my God, we are literally, they've pieced out. They've decided to just like check out. They're like, nah, not feeling this move thing. And, you know, while we're setting up a home for them, they're just like, peace.
just like the stomach plunge when you're like, oh, they have to be here. Actually, don't see them. Oh my God.
So
God.
we like start just looking outside. We're like, they're definitely not in the house. Like they would have come out by now. We would have found them in their usual spots. You know, I grab like, they have this like big thing of little treats that I usually kind of shake and they'll come running from anywhere. So I'm like outside just shaking their little treats, like Figgy, Mimi. And I go over by like the front steps and I'm shaking. And I just hear like a tiny shuffle under the steps. And I'm like, could it be them? Like, and so I'm like looking and Colin comes over and I'm like, I heard a little like rustle. I'm not sure, you know, maybe one of them are under there. And he just like sticks his head under the stairs. And you know how there's kind of like that like slatting, like wooden slatting that kind of keeps from animals from getting
it's like
under
the
your
wood
deck
kind of mesh or whatever.
And he just literally like just starts prying it off there. I was like, okay, we go in there. And he pulls his flashlight in there and he's like, I see Mimi. I'm like, and I literally start crying. I'm just like, oh my God, my baby.
It's just like, because they never
have never
try and come
once-
out. Like they're never
They
even
don't
like
try and-
trying to slip out the door.
No, they've never been outside.
They're just kind of like if the door's open,
They
usually
they might just like sniff a little and then they come back inside.
they're not like, let's go adventuring. So you're like,
No,
what the
they're not
heck?
like escapee cats. And so, we're just like, where could they have gone, And so, we basically like had to crawl under the front steps, like, which is basically under our house.
Right,
like
right.
not normally accessed space. And like, trying to get her to come out and she comes out, we pick her right up and we're just like, oh my God. So we figure, okay, their brother and sister, like they have to be
Yeah.
in there together. Like Figgy's a black cat, so he's probably just really far back, basically like under the foundation of our house. And he is an excellent hider. Figaro is such a scaredy cat. Like he's dictionary definition of a scaredy cat. So we're like, okay, he has to be in there. Colin's like, I can't really fit. He kind of, he just kind of has his head. I'm small enough that I like basically just like my whole body, like legs, everything. I'm underneath our house.
Oh my God.
I'm looking, and I don't see him anywhere.
And
And
you're like, no shiny eyeballs.
I'm
Where
like,
are you?
how could they have like not stuck together? What the heck, you guys? And so looking around, nothing. Like I'm checking inside like the cover for our grill. I'm checking under our shed that has like a tiny bit of space that has like leaves. I'm like, every single spot where we're knocking on neighbors' doors asking if we can like look in their bushes. All this stuff. We're shaking their treats. Figgy, nothing. And I'm just like, what the heck? Hours go by. It's now like dark outside. I make one final pass like around our neighborhood, nothing. And I like come back and I'm just like, I think he's gone. Like we're moving tomorrow. I think he's gone. Like, I don't think he's coming back. And Colin had been like super level headed up to this point. And then all of a sudden I start crying. He starts crying.
Poor
like
guys.
Unconsolable. I mean, we're both just like, we so messed up. Like we didn't mean to like leave this door open. And, like because of our mistake, we like lost our two favorite like people, and we were just like, what do we do? What do we do? And so like, we open all the windows in our house. And Mimi's like, she has a sense of like, she just walks around and talks a lot. She's like, "Wow, wow, 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 wow." So she's like calling for him, like, brother,
gosh.
where are you? And
No, that's the hardest part because they're brother sister. So you're like, where you need to find your sibling.
just like, what has happened? What have we done? And so, like we're reading Reddit of like how to find your lost cat, like what can kind of lead them back home. So we were like, something with their scent, something with your scent. So we put his favorite little monkey blanket outside in the front steps.
Oh my gosh.
With one of our tennis shoes and the same in the back. And then we like opened a can of tuna because he loves tuna. I'm like, wait for it to be silent. And I'm just like waiting for him to rush up the stairs. If you guys have seen stories, like the sound of the tuna can.
They
He's,
come
like,
running.
Especially Figaro. He's very motivated by food, just like his mama. And we're like, we read that if you heat it up, like scent travels better if it's warm. Nothing. It's been 7 hours. 7 hours. And we can't find him. And so Colin had to start working at like 5 a.m. that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, he's such a scaredy cat that maybe he's just going to wait until it's like super quiet. There's nothing going on. So I'm just going to like sit vigil. And like I'm sitting on our back steps, like with the back door just cracked open, looking at my photo album of like all the pictures of Figgy. And I'm just like, please don't have it be gone, my baby. I'm like praying. I'm just like, oh, please just
They're
like let him
slippery
come
little
home.
creatures.
Like, oh, I love my little boy, I'm like, what am I going to do without him? And Colin's like, how could we move without him? I'm just like, oh my God, this is literally the worst timing in the
I
world.
know. God, it's like everything at once.
And so I was like, okay, every half hour, like, I'm like, I will just stay up until as long as I can, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And we, so I'm just like, okay, it's almost time for me to make another round outside, shake his treats, call his name. And all of a sudden I see his head poke through the back door and he just bloop, bloop, prances in. And I'm literally like, Figgy? And he like freaks out, runs inside. I shut the door and I'm literally shrieking.
Oh my God.
He's here. He came back. And then I just like completely lose it and start crying. Colin had gone to bed. He like gets up and is like,
Oh
we're
my
celebrating. Our neighbors, I'm like hysterically loud bawling. All of our windows are open. They must be just like,
Those people
what
are weird
is
across the street.
happening at that house? But the cats are returned, which is my in.
Little guilty eyes.
those guilty eyes. It was funny though, because when he
They
came back,
they know.
he came back like, and Mimi is standing right there, and he like looks at her and she's like, where the hell have you been?
I'm going to chew you out.
And then you try again. I was just like, oh, she's pissed. She's like, I waited up all night for you. So
oh my gosh. She's like, you were supposed to just hide underneath the steps like me. We were supposed to stay together.
I woke up this morning and I was just like, my eyes are just like totally swollen and yeah, but they are safe. They have been relocated to a new home. And yeah, I'm going to be asking for some like a cat tagging for Christmas.
God.
So
like it's fine until it's not, right? You're like, I know your behaviors, and then they do something weird. You're like, that was off the books. Like,
yeah, well, now it's like they've had a little taste of the outdoors. So I'm like, now we have to be really careful. Oh my gosh, if you guys can hear the outdoors.
I know, like they would have blown away today. It is like, oh my God. It's like Dorothy and
Toto.
Like we are in Kansas.
Yeah,
like,
good thing they didn't get lost today, because they would just be blown out into the world. Well, that is my sad yet happy ending story.
In and out, lost cats returned.
Yes.
Oh
my God, I love those babies so much.
Oh, I was literally like, what's gonna happen?
I
was like, no, don't think about
Sarah,
it.
I text Sarah and I was just like, I was like, like serious emergency.
Because I hadn't heard from Leah. I was like, are you okay? Like, what's happening?
They tried calling me a couple times.
Usually we talk to each other like every hour, every
and
2 hours.
Serious emergency. The cats are lost.
And I was like, I was at home. I was like, oh my God. And I like couldn't sleep. But Andrew has to get up so early too. So we had gone to bed, and then I kept like waking up in the middle of the night, checking my phone. And then I woke up once and I saw that you texted me like, he's back. I was like, oh, thank God. And then I was like, and I can sleep now. It was just like the sympathetic panic was real. Like my stomach was just like churning all night. I was like, I'm so
well, it's
weak.
funny because they say that cats have good sense of like honing devices. Like they almost can like have a great sense of direction. I told that to Colin. He was like, yeah, but I don't know. I just hope he's not too big of a doofus that he can't find his way home. Because Figgy's such
I know.
goober. Like he's such a silly
But
cat.
he's back.
So.
He did find his way back. It must have been the tuna.
And now he'll be eating tuna like a king for the next week.
He would look very guilty.
Yeah. Well, what's your in and out?
My in,
Hopefully less
I'll
dramatic.
keep them short. My in is we just renewed our apartment. So we're going on year 3 in our New York apartment, which seems crazy. 3 years ago.
I know. How is it possible?
I know. That time has flown. We love our apartment. So I'm just excited for another year.
And Friendsgiving.
And Friendsgiving,
Sarah hosts the best Friendsgiving.
Andrew doesn't get a whole lot of time off being a New York public school teacher. They only have Thanksgiving and then the Friday after off. So we don't travel for Thanksgiving. Mama Scoop is coming, and we're just gonna have a little Friendsgiving for our friends in the city.
Can't wait.
My out, guys, I know this wasn't my out a while ago, but I've been getting in the scroll, just mindlessly scrolling. Then I look up and I swear I have limits set on my phone, but I swear they're not working. Like my TikTok one, I'm like, I swear I've been scrolling for more than 40 minutes. But then it makes my brain feel like I can't focus on anything. And I'm like, this is bad. Like, stop.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just need to like tell myself no, or like literally put my phone in another room. It's hard when you like work on your phone. Someone else shared another app that's supposed to be better to like literally lock yourself out of them. I think I just need to do that. Like just be stricter with myself. Because when I get off the scroll train,
You don't miss it.
I don't miss it. And
I'll honestly be sometimes like, oh, it's been 2 weeks and I haven't even opened TikTok.
like when we travel, I'm like, oh, it's been fine. And then as soon as I start, then I'm just like, I'm like, stop. Sometimes I literally
It makes you feel like frantic.
I said my brain can't like settle on anything, which is bad. So we are going to be doing, I got my Kindle. I have a big new Spanish book to read. Yes. So I'm be focusing on that. Trying to.
Do you scroll like in the morning or is it in the afternoon?
I feel like it's more like a little like later evening slump where I'm like, I could be reading. I could be doing something productive.
I see. Okay.
Or maybe I need to be like, you can scroll, but you need to do your Duolingo and you need to have read a chapter and you need to have done this other thing first. And then it's like,
oh,
I
you're
have
not saying I can't. You're just saying you have permission.
Yeah, you have to do the other things first.
priorities,
And I'll probably run out of time that way. So,
That's a
or
good
then
idea.
at least I'll be like, I have the stuff done that I want to do.
Yeah, then you don't have anything. You're like, yeah. That's fine. This is my free time.
So that's my in and out.
There's someone was like, I like watching TikTok. So like, I'm going to watch TikTok a little bit. That's like
Watch
they're like relax. You know what I mean? So you could be like, I can watch TikTok.
I like to think it's relaxing, but it's not. So
It's
I
really
need to
not.
like just cut myself off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my out. We're going to work on that one. You guys keep me accountable. All right. So for our question of the week, we were talking about which season do you enjoy more? Like fall, spooky season, or Christmas / like holiday mode?
Kind of going off last week where we were saying,
Yeah.
like we kind of rushed through some
Are
of
we
the
rushing
fall.
through? Yeah, but some people started so early. You know what I mean?
So then
They're
maybe
like
they're not
September
rushing. Maybe they
1st.
feel like, no, I had enough time.
So it was quite split. What do you think
People's
the
favorite
results
time?
were?
I think more people are going to say Christmas.
So as of right now, it's been updating as we've been going. But between the two, between the two,
I do feel like, I feel like it has to be Christmas.
oh, it's veered now. We're going. Which season do you enjoy more? 66% of people are saying Christmas / holiday season.
Knew it.
And 34 are saying fall / Halloween.
It's just like, I do think people too, like most people get a ton of time off at Christmas.
It's true. Everything.
And I think that skews how you feel about it because you're like, oh, it's like this endless week, especially if it's like between Christmas and New Year.
Oh, that week is
nothing's
month
happening.
long.
Yeah. You like don't get out of your PJs. You're eating cookies for breakfast. Like it's
100%. 100%.
It's glorious.
It is.
And fall is, I think, for some people feels more rushed.
Like with the start of school and everything for kids
And things
blah, blah,
it
blah.
just feels like there's a lot to get through.
So here's some of the things you guys said along with our stats. So a lot of you said this. Well, you guys, to start, you guys know we're both fall. Like I would choose fall over the holidays.
Me too.
It's just, it's our birthday, Scorpios.
I mean, I like the holidays
I do
too,
too.
but I also prefer the weather.
Me too.
In
I
fall,
love
like-
fall. Like nothing beats fall weather to me.
Yeah.
Especially like with all the season changes.
Me too.
I was going to say in the Midwest, but East Coast. my Michigan
You're always-
routing brain. So you guys said the magic of the holidays is so good after having kids as like Christmas is your favorite. The holidays, which is so true. Like
You watch them get so excited.
Santa and just like Santa's coming and like Christmas songs
And
and
have
just
them making cookies for the first couple
Yeah.
times and like decorating.
lots of traditions wrapped around the holidays. Someone else said, fall, Christmas feels so loaded and comes with so many expectations, while Halloween is just fun and silly. That's kind of how I feel about fall. It's just fun.
It's just like an endless period of like reasons to be a little frolicky, right? You're like, I could go pick some apples. I could go to a cider mill. I could.
No one in your family is saying, you didn't come see me in October. I'm really sad. This is special time, right? You can just enjoy it.
Yeah, you get to put off that
Come the holidays, it's
that guilt trip for a couple more months.
Yeah, come the holidays, it's I need to see everybody on my checklist and get everybody a gift.
Yeah.
I love the focus on comfiness during the fall, and dressing up for Halloween is so much fun. Growing up, Halloween was also the holiday with the most hype in my family, so that would totally be like fall. Someone else said, I'm able to spend more time with family during the Christmas / holiday season, which is just what you said. Like,
Yeah.
time
But
off,
you have the time
together, slowing down. The Christmas food, snacks, drinks, and sweets. 100%. Okay, I will say it just
okay, but like okay, I don't know about you guys, but our family always did the same food basically for like Thanksgiving as we did for Christmas. It was always like turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, all that stuff.
so by the time you get to Christmas, you're
I was
kind of
like, we just had this.
Someone else said, I don't like cold weather, but the holidays help. I love Christmas music, Christmas decorations. Fall and Halloween are fun, I guess, but really in the fall, I'm mourning summer. I get that too. So you're like, it's cold
She's
now.
like, I'm a beach girl. Come on.
It's cold now. Someone else, I'm a Scorpio girly too. Scorpios. So I get to celebrate my birthday around Thanksgiving. So I think that's why I enjoy it more. Plus,
Yeah, maybe that's why we're swayed.
100%. It's like birthday, Halloween.
If my birthday was like December 15th, I'd be like, Christmas.
And they also said all the delicious food, fall colors, crisp mornings, decorating your house front and doorsteps, all the things. Like, that's why I love fall. It's kind of like the same things, just a slightly different vibe. Like, people decorate for the holidays, like Christmas lights. And I'm like putting pumpkins on my door.
That's
right?
true. Yeah. I also prefer like for fall, like pumpkin spice, like not pumpkin spice, but I do like that too, but like spiced flavors and like, and squash and like those type flavors. I love like soups, and I feel like Christmas is more about like, you know, it's always like, oh, sweet
Sugar.
and like the treats that you're making, which I
Gingerbread.
also enjoy, but like I look forward all year to being, you know, it's like
Squash and pumpkin season. Yeah.
Sage, pumpkin, Brussels sprout dish, or like pomegranate, blah, 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 you know, and I'm like, oh,
I think some of those things you can carry over.
Yeah, some things do. But I
But you're
feel
right.
like
That's very fall. Like,
it's like the root vegetables and all that stuff. For me, it's just like
So good.
So I could literally eat squash like every single day.
So many varieties.
Yeah, so good.
And the last response, someone said, fall is still pretty warm and I love the seasonal outdoor activities. I love the holiday season, but honestly, coordinating with all the family, getting together with in-laws, set in their ways is pretty stressful now that we've reached adulthood with small kids. Yeah, I could see that too. Like, it's great to have the holidays with kids because it's all the magic, but then it's also like, okay, everybody wants to see the kids. Like, we got to make all the rounds. Everybody want to like see the kids.
And they had a little Christmas concert. You know, it's like all this stuff. I mean, even Sarah and I were trying to figure out because when we go back to Michigan, Mama Scoop, and then my in-laws are in Ann Arbor. So it's like an hour and a half in between. And then Sarah's in-laws are and our dad.
Indiana.
And like Sarah's in-laws are in Indiana. So it's like, okay,
do a road
then
map.
this day we can do this. We can borrow someone's car. Then we'll drive here. Then we'll do dinner with them. Then in the morning we'll wait for brunch. You know, it's like, okay,
It's so
that is
much.
not filled chill
It's
to me.
so much.
Honestly, one of my favorite years for the holidays was when Colin and I, we didn't know we had COVID at this point. We just thought we were a little under the weather. And Sarah, my mom, and Andrew had come to like cook at our place. We did that. And then Colin and I were just like, we found out we had COVID.
Like right when we left, you were
Right
like,
when
oh,
you
we're feeling a
left.
little sick. And
Luckily,
then
you guys didn't get it, but we literally were just forced to quarantine and just do all the fun things. Like, we literally watched every single Christmas movie I could possibly, because at the end of the year, you're usually like, oh, if only we had time. Well, next year we literally like,
we got time.
we did it all. We baked all the cookies. We ate all the food. We watched all the movies. We're like, okay, we were forced into fully enjoying this, and it was really
Just
nice.
to slow down and enjoy.
Minus
Yeah.
the, feeling a little
Minus
like
the
death,
illness.
but
Minus the illness. Yeah.
it's a give and take. All right, first question.
Diving into the DM.
I forgot my friend's birthday. Uh-oh. That no bueno. Hi, twins. I have a question for your podcast. I know some people love to celebrate birthdays, but for me, they've never been that big of a deal. After I turned 21, my family and siblings stopped exchanging gifts, and since then, if I get a happy birthday text, I'm happy. Again, birthdays just aren't a big deal for me.
Okay.
My best friend recently turned 30 while I was away on a work trip. When I got back the following week, we met up and she seemed really off. I asked her if something was wrong.
Oh no.
And
think
she
we
said,
know.
no. We know that tone.
No, I'm fine.
I'm fine. No, I'm not free for lunch today. But eventually told me she was sad because I hadn't thought to text her or to do anything special for her 30th birthday. 30 is hard because it's like a big one. It's almost like the big one. And 50, I guess.
Because after 30, yeah, you got like 20 more years till another
but
big
something
one.
about turning 30 feels like a big deal.
like adult. You are officially adultified.
Yeah. I swear she never told me she wanted a party to celebrate, and it honestly slipped my mind since I was away on work. I apologized and told her we could do something belated to celebrate, but she said she didn't really feel like it. She's been my friend for 10 years and knows I've never been a big birthday celebrator, but I'm worried I've seriously hurt our friendship. What should I do? Here's what you're going to do.
Oh, Leah's got the roadmap, apparently.
She's like, I don't really feel like it. No, it's okay. You are going to plan something and you're going to do it anyway.
A surprise.
A surprise. Because there's no wrong that could happen from that you're like, I messed up, but like you do it, you bake her a cake, you whatever, you bring it in. And then she's like, oh, but like I said, and you're like, I messed up. I really did want to celebrate. I really treasure our friendship. I treasure you. Blah. Do it anyway.
Cake
It's
plus
the same thing.
mani-pedis.
It's the same thing. We're like, what do you want for your birthday? Oh, nothing. I have everything in the world I want. You better be getting the flowers. You better be. You know what I mean? Like,
I think there's something different to think about between what you want and what your friends want. So
that is
you
very
don't
true.
care, right? Just like you could have a love language as something and someone else has it as something else. So
Somebody could have like, it's very hard if your friend has the love language of, gift giving.
and your words of affirmation.
And your words of affirmation, you're like, I could care less if someone ever gave me a gift. And
So-
she's just like, oh my God, what are they going to get me? It's going to mean so much. She really put some thought into it, blah, blah, blah. And then you just didn't do anything. And she's like,
and it is
I feel unappreciated.
it like 30, as we've said, is kind of a big one. And even if she said she didn't want a party, doing a little
She's saying
something.
like she didn't even get a text.
Yeah.
So I do get from where she's coming from. I get where you're coming from too, because sometimes
You're like, no, I didn't mean anything by it. I just don't really do birthdays.
and you're like,
it's
I was
just
gone, I was on work, like it just
chill.
slipped my mind. We've been there.
I guess it might be more you meet up, you're having coffee, and you haven't said, oh, happy birthday, by the way. I'm so sorry I was out of town. You just didn't even like.
I know you do
Clock
acknowledge
it.
it. She's like, are you gonna say it?
You're like, Sup, how's your week been? And she's like, fine. You like, do anything
You
special?
okay?
Kind of. What's wrong? What's up? Nothing. You're like, oh.
You're like, do you not even know?
It was just my birthday 2 days ago,
Do you
but
not
you
even
didn't notice.
process?
Well, this is what I do. If you're not a birthday person or not a gift person, put the dates on your calendar. Maybe you've already got them. Put your important people on the calendar. I think everybody's goofed up once or twice with a birthday.
Yeah.
Because it's true. Like, a birthday is so important to the person whose birthday it is, or you're at least aware. You're like, doesn't everybody know it's my birthday? And most people, it's like, no, they're not aware.
I will say, like, for our birthday, I had some people wish me a happy birthday or text me. I have no idea what their birthday is. And it made me be like,
Maybe they saw it on Facebook.
fearful. I'm fearful.
That was the main point of Facebook. Whose birthday is it today? Who do I need to text? Who do I need to write on their profile? Back when we used
I know. It's like I
Facebook.
need to do some back work and be like, put their birthdays in my calendar too.
I do have all my like close friends' birthdays. And I mean, sometimes I guess if you just forget to look at your calendar while you're screwed.
I try to. We have one friend who she's amazing at remembering dates. Like,
Yeah.
like she knows when your anniversary is, when your birthday is, the date that you moved to New York, the date of your mom's birthday.
She's a numbers girl.
And
She's
I'm
a
just
numbers
like,
girl.
I don't even know those things, like, and so some people, I think it's important to know when you have relationships, what that person thrives off of and what
Yeah.
makes them feel appreciated. So
Your friend obviously wanted a little something, something, even a card. You
Yeah.
know, we don't know your guys' relationship, or like, do you usually do something together that she ropes you into?
yeah,
So yeah, even if you're not a big birthday person, if it's important to someone else, that's something to clock just to show them that you care. And 30 is kind of big, especially it sounds like you live in the same town. If they're a friend that
and you've been friends for 10 years.
lives states away, a call or something would, or sending a card in the mail, like that'd be nice. If you're close in town, be like, oh, let's do a little belated birthday. You know, like
Ask her to get like coffee or do something, and then she shows up and you have something just a little extra for her birthday.
Yeah.
You
Next
know?
year, at least make sure to text her.
Put that date in your calendar, bro.
Right now. Put it in
Put it in
right now.
We set that little alert for, day of, hour before, all this stuff.
When Andrew wants to remember something, he's like, reminder, day before, reminder, 2 days before, reminder, week before, reminder, month before. I'm like, how badly do you want to remember this? He's like, really a lot. I'm
a
like,
lot,
okay.
really a lot. This is not irreparable.
I don't
by
think
any
so.
means. Especially you've been friends for 10 years. She's just pissed right now because it's fresh.
Do a little something, something.
Do a little something. Who cares if it's after the fact? Who cares if it's a couple weeks after the fact? Does not matter. You taking the time, and Sarah and I were talking about this too, that like it's not the gift that really matters. It's the fact that you put the time into doing something to make her feel special. So even if it's after the fact, do it, and then you can own up to the fact of like, I messed up. I really did not mean to, kind of like,
I don't want to take away from the specialness of your day.
yeah. And I still wanted to do something special, and like, please, like, forgive me.
Yeah. And it'll just help you on
It
the
will
road
pass.
to the road to recovery. A little
Yeah.
something that'll smooth things over. So
Yeah. Give her a nice little like lip balm, lipstick, a little, treat her to brunch.
little cupcake.
Nobody can be unhappy while eating a cupcake and putting on new lip gloss.
yeah,
I'm just
cupcake,
saying.
pedicure, and
I'm just saying.
happy birthday
That's
to your
like
friend.
that's girl math.
All right, we've got a sister struggle here for our
Sister,
question number
sister.
2. Said, my sister gets everything I want.
Oh, maybe you can just borrow it indefinitely.
They said, this might sound catty, but I'm jealous of my younger sister. The younger sisters always have more fun. They're just like a little carefree, a little.
For a second, I couldn't remember if I was the younger sister or not.
I remember.
I was like, wait, are you saying that you enjoy it because you're the younger sister? I'm like, wait, no, I'm the
They're a
younger
little
sister.
uninhibited. She gets everything she wants without even trying. It's been this way since we were kids. She would get all A's, barely studying, and I would work so hard for B's. I feel like there's always that dynamic with a sibling.
Yeah.
You're like, I studied for 8 hours.
And they're like, yeah, I just kind of open my eyeballs. I'm pretty good at true and false.
They're like cramming
guessing,
5
multiple
minutes
choice.
before. Yeah. As adults, she got her first job she ever interviewed for. That's like
Did she like get married 3 months into a relationship? or something?
bought an amazing house, and now announced she's pregnant after just trying for a few months. I haven't told her, but my husband and I have been trying for over a year, and I feel this giant bubble of jealousy and resentment because she gets everything she could ever want and everything I want too. I need help not feeling so jealous.
That is so tricky. Especially, did they say what the age difference was?
I don't think so. I think they just said just younger sister.
I mean, you guys are both into like adulthood, right? Because, you're having kids and doing the work and all that stuff. So, yikes.
It's so hard, especially because you haven't said anything. So
She
if
also
she
doesn't
knew
know that there are any sensitive spots.
right, if she knew and then was like, I'm pregnant, and then that would be a really jerky thing, right? But since she doesn't know, it's like maybe you just need to have a little sister conversation. That's so hard. And I do think often when there's like those big life moments when you're adults, some of those childhood jealousies or those things that you struggled with as a kid,
yeah.
they do come up. You're like, you've always gotten everything you ever wanted. And they're like,
You won the spelling bee in 3rd grade. You know it.
and I wonder what it would be like from your sister's perspective. Like, does she feel like she's always had it easy? Maybe she's jealous of you of some things. Like, I guess we don't know her side
Or maybe
of it.
she's like, you're such a hard worker and I have a hard time feeling motivated.
Sisters always think that the other one has...
The grass is always greener.
Has it all, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. It's hard. It is hard to struggle with being jealous as an adult because you're like...
You feel like it's a little childish.
You're
You feel
almost
like it's a little petty.
guilty for being jealous.
Yeah, you're like, bad, Leah. Why do I feel jealous about this? Like, I shouldn't, I have a fine life, but it bubbles up.
Yeah, I'm feeling, I don't know, what do you think? I'm thinking a sister conversation. Maybe if you guys, I don't know if you're in the same town, meet up and you could just be like, I'm so excited for you. Like, I've been struggling. Like, I haven't really opened up to you about this yet. Like, my husband and I, so-and-so, we've really been trying to, and like, I'm so excited for you. And like, I hope I can have that one day. Like, I mean, I think it's your sister. You could be like, I'm just feel like a little bit jealous or whatever. Like, I think you could be honest.
There's a lot that can be solved with vulnerability. And I think, and
maybe you're just afraid of saying it. Like,
when you put it out there, it feels real too.
Yeah.
It probably makes you feel also like childish, like going back into those feelings of like, I don't want to tell my younger sister that I'm jealous of her. You're like, come on, like but I think she would appreciate too,
just knowing your situation. So then maybe she's not like texting you every 3 seconds about like bump check or...
Yeah. And it's just like, then you also have somebody that you can be vulnerable with. I feel like maybe you're safeguarding some of your feelings because you are sort of harboring this competition. Like, you know what I mean? Where you're just like, she always gets everything that she wants. She got this job. And then it's that maybe you also don't share certain struggles because you want it to seem like, I'm not struggling. I'm not jealous.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Taking the high road a
I
little
also
bit.
get everything that I want, even though you don't truly feel
fine.
that way.
I'm fine.
And
it's all
so
fine.
therefore, then you're sort of putting up, you're building this wall to be like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know how close you are, but if you've been trying for a year and you haven't shared that,
yeah, I think that
seems like you're safeguarding yourself a little bit.
there could be, even if you guys aren't that close, I might just share that. I'm so excited for you. Like, gosh, I can't believe it like was so easy for you. Like, I haven't really talked about this, but we've been trying for a year. You could just say something. It doesn't have to be some huge conversation if you don't
I
want
would
it
like to
be.
confess. But yeah, I mean, and that could be, especially like with this specific, like this situation specific of like having a baby.
And you could always switch it like, I don't want you to think you can't tell me things. Like, I really want to be there for you. And I'm like, it's just been like a harder journey for me. So like, I really want to be there for you through it. Like, I don't think it has to be something like, you don't have to like bare your soul, but I think
And
to
you don't have to
spare
bring
yourself,
up you don't have to bring up every competitive thing that you've ever felt.
Yeah. But I think I would need to say something to spare myself just because I wouldn't, I guess I don't know your sister. Is she going to be texting you all the time about baby stuff and blah, blah, blah? Maybe you need like a little bit of time where you're not getting
around
every
that.
5
Yeah.
seconds baby news. Or maybe she's the type that wouldn't do that. But I think it could be useful information to let her know about just for your own protection.
You can also, I mean, think of it too, that like if she's doing this first too, that like she can sort of carve the path a little bit, if she's, we're manifesting that you're also going to have this journey.
Yes.
And so if she's going through it first, it's like, trial and error. Maybe everything isn't going to be so easy, but she'll have, you'll have witnessed that. You'll have helped her with some of that. And you'll also gain some experience from that will make your experience easier, when it is your turn. And so like, just because she got there first
doesn't mean it's going to be a better
doesn't mean that's going to
experience.
be better. It's not going to take away from your experience or your joy from that experience. And with everything, it's like maybe it quote unquote came so easy for her to get good grades, but like you worked hard and you also got good grades. Maybe she got the first job she applied for, but you also are a hard worker and you also got a job.
You got a great job.
Like
even if it wasn't the first one you applied to. Like
it's like there's enough celebration and enough like achievement to go around that just because someone does something first doesn't make it any better than anybody else. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that doesn't make it the best.
With sisters, when you have someone side by side going through the same things as you in life, but they're getting slightly different outcomes, I think it's easy to be
you're sort of like we're fixed variables
what's
here.
wrong
Like
with
this
me?
should be
Why is this
according
happening?
to science, we come from the same thing and we should have exactly the same outcome.
like why is this easier for you than me? And so I could see where you lead yourself down the path of what's wrong with me or why she always get blah 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 blah. And I think
life just doesn't.
It's way easier said than done. The more you can just reinforce yourself and just give yourself some like self-love and time.
Yeah.
But that's so tricky. Like, yeah, I could see where that could just be the, what did they say?
Like the catalyst to like.
Yeah, just the tipping point where you're like, she gets everything. And you're like, wow, I sound
She
like
even got the baby that I want.
I
You know
sound
what
like
I mean?
I'm 8 again.
She got 2 Tootsie Rolls and I only got 1.
Yeah. But you guys can be such good support system for each other.
Yes. Yeah.
Through this, and maybe you'll get closer, maybe you'll learn something different about each other.
But I think having that honest conversation, even if it's just simple, even if it's quick, of just saying that you also have been trying, because I think especially pregnancy specific, it can be very emotional.
So emotional and personal.
And you want to have somebody on your side, and I think your sister will be on your side too, and like help keep your morale high throughout this whole thing, and also will know how to sort of
how to share and how to
share and how to also be respectful.
Yeah.
But good luck. And then it's really tricky.
Yeah. And like, if you haven't, maybe just like have some conversations with your husband about like how you're feeling, right? Because you said you guys have been trying for like a year. So you could just be like, gosh, this is just a lot for me right now. Like why is it so easy for her? Like just talking to somebody.
Sometimes just saying it out loud, even if it's not going to solve anything, it just like makes you feel like, okay, I do feel better. I shared.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to let it out.
Let it go. Let it go. To take it from Idina Menzel.
Yeah, she knows.
Last question.
Here we go.
Hi, twins.
Hello.
Writing in for your podcast. I'm struggling because my best friend has one really annoying habit.
Oh, well, wait, let me guess. Because I haven't read this one. She has a lot of vocal fry.
She has really
everything like this. Or
she's a bite stealer. She steals your first bite of every food.
Can I have a nibble? Or this is a friend, not sister, right?
Yeah.
We had one. Well, it was a sister. One of the sister always forgot her wallet, right?
Yeah.
She's like,
well,
oops,
forgot.
Oh man, can you pay for my parking?
She cancels everything last minute. Maybe.
Oh, that would be really annoying.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead. My best friend has one really annoying habit. She makes everything about her.
Oh no.
It's something I've noticed recently, and now that I've picked up on it, I can't stop noticing how annoying it is. Oh, it's so funny when you like your eyes become open to something and you're like, it's happening again, it's happening again, it's happening again, it's happening again.
You're like, hey, your friend says whatever all the time. And you're like, no, they don't. And then the next time you see them, it's like, whatever.
This is so funny. If I'm telling her a story about a restaurant, she then jumps in about a place she just tried. If I tell her about being exhausted from my job, she tells me she hasn't slept in years because of her 2 young kids.
Oh my gosh. I would be like, okay,
This is not a comparison.
Can you just let me vent? Can you not flip this on you?
I just want her to share my excitement or frustrations without turning things back to her. That is so valid. I know she means well, and I honestly think she shares things from her perspective as a way of sympathizing with me, but it feels more like a comparison game. I think Yeah, that's totally true. I think I need to bring it up, but I have no idea how to say something without sounding like a jerk.
Oh gosh. Because as girls, I think we do kind of a mirroring where you're like, I just got my nails done. You're like, I just got my nails done. Or you're like, I love Taylor Swift. You're like, I love Taylor Swift.
Or they'll be like, I had a really hard time last night because I couldn't I lost my cat, right? And I stayed up all late last night. And she's like, oh my gosh, I haven't even slept in 2 years with my kids. You know, it's not that she's trying to best you or like beat you at your own game.
I think it's her way of like,
it's her way of relating,
social
and
ping pong.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you said something, then I say something, then you say something, then I say something.
You're sad. I'm sad.
Her reply just doesn't ask anything more about your experience.
Because maybe I wonder. Okay, so if it was directly like this, like, okay, Leah. So if I'm like, oh, how was your night? And you're like, oh, it was awful.
Oh, it was awful. Like I stayed up all night. I lost my cat.
And I'm like, oh man, you think that's bad? Like I lost my dog and they were gone for like a year, never got him back. And then it's like, okay, well that did nothing to like make me feel better. Or if I was like, you're tired, my baby's kept me asleep for a whole month, honey. And then it's like,
or even like, oh my gosh, this Saturday I went to this amazing Mexican restaurant. It was so good.
You're not.
And then you say, I went to a great Japanese restaurant last week.
If you thought that one was good, oh, you should check out.
Yeah. But it doesn't always have to be. It's not.
It's not always like a step up. But sometimes I can see where it would feel that way.
A lot of the times, yes.
Because if you're like, God, I'm so tired, I didn't sleep. And like, honey, I have kids. I haven't slept in a year. You're like, I'm just telling you this. I'm telling you this as a friend. And I just want you to say, oh no, what happened? Like, did you try and take any magnesium? Or you just want them to like continue on you for a little bit, right? And if every time you say something, someone always switches it back to them, that would be so annoying. Because you're like, just give it a minute. Like, let what if I've said breathe. It almost makes it feel like they're not paying attention to what you're saying, or they don't really care about what you're saying.
I think there's some tactful ways to try hinting at it before. Like, okay, so if you're saying like, I went to this, it's a positive thing, right? Like, I went to this amazing Japanese restaurant this weekend. It was so good. Like, I had been meaning to try it for a long time and it was just amazing. And then she goes, oh, no kidding. I went to a Mexican restaurant with my husband this weekend and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, wait. But let me tell you some more about this restaurant, like, oh, wait, but you didn't ask me anything about this, right?
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Like a playful way of turning it back on to you.
And what was great about it, you ask? So glad you asked me. Like, oh my gosh, I got this amazing plate, blah, blah, blah. And then she turns it back around like, wait. I didn't get to tell, like play with it first and see if she's picking up on it.
I like the playful because it's so hard to, with girls especially.
You don't want to be like, this is about me.
Like, look, I need to tell you. But you're actually like a big jerk because anytime I say something, you switch it back on you. And you know what? The world's not all about you. Like that's
like
what you want to say.
That is what you want to say.
The world is not all about you, honey.
But if you, I mean, that's something that's just like fun, right? Of like, I went to a restaurant, I went on a good date or something. And you can kind of playfully be like, wait, but you didn't.
I like that idea so much because it's a non-confrontational way. You're like, wait, I got to tell you more about this. It does require you to take the lead a little bit,
which it sounds like you kind of want her to like ping pong it back at you, but you might have to sort of like teach her.
You might have to teach her because if she's so used to doing this mirror where it kind of flips it back on her, because maybe she's just, like I said, her social ping pong, that's what she's doing. Mm-hmm. You might need to rewire that in order to, okay, wait, no, we need to talk about me a little bit more before we switch it back to you.
Yeah, and I think if it's something that's more of like a serious topic or something where you're sharing a struggle and, back to the cat situation where you're just like, yeah, I was really, really upset. Like I thought I had lost them and like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And she's just like, oh yeah, when my dog ran away, like you could just be like, I'm really glad you shared that with me. Do you mind if like, I really need to talk a little bit more about this because it's just like I need someone else I can share. Do you mind, like, can we talk a little bit more about this, about my situation?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be an attack or anything like that. I mean, you and I have done that sometimes with like mom too. It's like, we're all sharing back and forth and we're like, this was like,
wait, I never got to finish what I was saying. Like, you took the conversation.
We say that all the time. We're like, wait, I never got to finish what I was saying. Like, you turned the conversation around.
Sometimes you get so excited about the topic, or you think of something that you think will add to the conversation, and then you're like, wait. Especially if you're chatty, like we are.
But like, it is so true. And that's something that I have to remind myself to do too, because I find that I do that too, where you mirror it. and it's like blah 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 blah, me too, blah 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 da 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 da. I have to remind myself, ask a question.
Ask a question.
Be interested. And then, this other person gets to share more. You learn more about them. That I would say, if you're noticing that in her, notice, do you also ask her questions? Because sometimes things that start annoying us are things that we also do.
Could be.
And maybe that's not the case at all, but or lead her by example.
I really like what you said, where you're like, wait, I'm not done. Like, I need to tell you more about this. Or if it was something serious, like let's stick on the sleep. Like, I'm so tired.
You could be like, do you mind if like we stick on this topic? Like, do you mind if we keep talking? Like,
or you could jokingly be like, girl, you're supposed to be sympathizing with me right now. Like, you could jokingly.
Yeah.
Girl, this is supposed to be a little sympathetic moment for me. Okay. No, I'm like, all respect. Let me vent here and jokingly see if she gets it.
And if not, if she's really not getting it, then you might have to be like,
okay, this is really hard.
I love you so much. This is hard to say, but like I'm having a hard time sharing things with you recently, because when I start sharing it, you change the topic to something about you. And I know you're doing it in a way to like share and be relatable and like us to connect. But I would love it if sometimes
like you ask me more about the things
if you ask me more about the things that I'm sharing, because I'm trying to be vulnerable with you.
I think that's a good way of saying it. If it needs to get serious, like hopefully,
yeah, maybe it doesn't. It probably doesn't. If you're just like, wait, I'm not done, or wait, but you didn't let me finish. So you did it again, like
jokingly, and you're like, but seriously, you're getting the point here. Like that, I would hope that would work. Because if someone said that to me, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And then I would be like, okay, next time, make sure you give them a little bit of time. Like I'm mentally like clocking that.
Because if someone said, wait, you didn't let me finish, or wait, you cut me off before I got to finish, then
I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
You're right. Go ahead. I feel like most people would get that cue. So there's some tactful ways of being like, hold up, Miyachi. You know what I mean? Like that you can turn it around.
I think I would not have thought of that. I think that's a really good, that's why we're better together. I think that's a good, because sometimes we think like, I got to jump just full in. We need a conversation, right? We think that's like the only way to solve it. Hopefully she could take a hint.
She can read between the lines.
Hopefully.
And if not, then you have the conversation.
Well, yes. Which if it's needed, it's needed.
It's hard when you suddenly have like, your eyes are open and you suddenly have the ick to something that you just like can't unsee it,
It's like you suddenly see a wrinkle on your face and then you can't unsee it. You're like, has this been here?
And you can't stop like,
you're like, was this always saggy like this? And then it's just like, I focus on this. I can't think of anything
else. Or you notice
else.
Somebody always kind of like touches their nose all the time and you're just like, they're doing it again.
If you do, I always go,
and again,
whatever. And if it's not something that's on your mind or it doesn't bother you personally, then like it's not a big deal. But if it's been peeving you a little bit,
you could, and if it's, you could also just like like carry on as if she had never said anything.
So anyway, as I was saying, I've been really tired.
Yeah, exactly. And if she doesn't get that hint, like
until you rudely interrupted me,
at reading between, until you rudely interrupted me. Yeah,
it's so true that sometimes if you're talking with your bestie, you get so excited about the topic, or you, like I said, you think of something that's going to contribute to the conversation.
In the conversation, that she's not like she's just jumping back, like you're saying, ping ponging. That's a great.
And if she thinks that's how the social ping pong is done, but maybe along the way, it's just she's learned to add her own situation as that ping pong, and but what you're getting from that is not it getting bounced back to you. Feel like she took the ball.
Yeah.
If we're sticking with the ping pong analogy.
I was chatting, I don't even remember when, with my therapist, and she was saying this I sent you this video. I think it was like when you want someone to the difference between sympathy and empathy. That sympathy, I think, am I getting this right? That it's like, okay, if you're in this space, it like compared it to be like you're in this little like hole under the ground. Sympathy is when someone like pokes their head over from above and they're like, oh hey, you stuck down there, that sucks.
Yeah.
And then they like or they're like, I'm up here, so that's great, you're down there, so like they turn it on themselves, or they're like, ooh, that sucks. Empathy is when someone comes down there with you and just sits and they're like, let's be in this together. They're asking you questions. They're like sitting in that
This is awful.
either
Yeah.
joy or sadness or whatever with you. And that's what you want. You want that relatability. You want that empathy and not sympathy of just like, oh, wow, really? Well, I'm blah, 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 blah. And they're like not actually meeting you at the same level.
Yeah. And I'm sure your friend has good intentions.
Of course. I don't think she's doing this to be mean whatsoever. I think
But
she's unaware.
I think she just needs to like shift the conversations a little bit to be more aware of
Yeah.
of what she's
And
doing
I think
in
those
those conversations.
like subtle things, she should get the drift.
Sometimes when you're sharing, you don't need the person to add anything. You just want them to be like, oh my God, that sucks. Like, I'm sorry. You just want them to acknowledge what you're saying,
Or you can
right?
just be like, what? You know, like you don't even have to ask anything.
No, you just be like, oh my gosh, that's the worst. Like sometimes people just want you to be like, yes, it is the worst.
Or
Isn't
they'd be
it?
like, I just went to the best
Yes.
restaurant. And you're like, really? You know? And then you say
Wow.
more. Wow.
You just want someone to like acknowledge what you've said and like dig a little deeper because you're sharing for a reason.
Right.
And hopefully she'll get the point. That is so tricky when you notice like a pet peeve from someone and you're like, wait, now I can't
Your eyes
see
are
it.
open.
I hope it works out for you guys. Try the jokiness first.
If not, I think an honest, like low key conversation.
Yeah.
I think that's like always our remedy. We're just like, have you talked about it?
If you're hanging out super chill and then just slide it in there a little bit.
Yeah.
And don't dwell on it. Just like,
It's going to be fine.
it's going to be good.
It's
You
gonna
guys
be
are
good.
going to keep hanging out and it's going to be great.
You're like putting her through finishing school via
Yes.
your tactful
You're just
transitions.
aligning her on the right social paths.
And why do we keep the pinky up while we're drinking our tea? You asked. I'm so glad you asked. Well,
Oh, well, thanks for oh wow, that was so twin. Well, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of The Inside Scoop. Remember, if you want to be featured on next week's episode, send us a DM at The Inside Scoop Podcast on Instagram. All write-ins are anonymous, and we'll see you next week for episode 30.
oh my gosh.
Bye.
Bye.